Within the UFC, most weight divisions have a clear and concise GOAT, a monster that had that division on hold during their title reign. But one division stands out as a division that has no clear GOAT. The UFC Bantamweight division. So in light of the upcoming UFC 306 event, headlined by the Bantamweight champion of the world Sean O'Malley, taking on number 1 ranked Merab Dvalishvili, it got me thinking, who is the GOAT of the UFC Bantamweight division? Right? There's many names. If you ask the UFC fan base, you'll get loads of different answers. However, chances are that for the average person, they'd probably respond with one of two answers: Dominic Cruz or Aljamain Sterling. On the other hand, some may argue that people like TJ Dillashaw and Petr Yan are the GOATs of the Bantamweight division. Some sickos may even argue that people like Sean O'Malley, Renan Barão, Cody No Love, or even Merab Dvalishvili is the GOAT of the division. I can't lie, I don't think anyone's ever said that these guys are the GOATs of the division, but anyway. So let's start off looking at Dominic Cruz. If we look at his record, we can see that his first ever loss was in the WEC to Uriah Faber. But anyway, after he lost to him, he went on a long win streak, including beating people like Joseph Benavidez twice. Then he beat Scott Jorgensen in the WEC to become the title holder. And then when WEC and UFC merged, he became the UFC champion, right? Then in the UFC, his first fight was against Uriah Faber, in which he won. He then won against Demetrius Johnson, which is a very good win. However, we all know Demetrius Johnson is a flyweight, and also he was nowhere near his prime. He was way before his prime when he fought Dominic Cruz. So you can't really look at that win too much, you know. Anyway, after he beat DJ, he went on to beat Mizugaki. I don't know who that is. And he also beat TJ Dillashaw by a split decision. And then he beat Uriah Faber again after that. So he redeemed his first loss twice with 2 unanimous decisions. So up to this point, it's clear, right? He's definitely on a very good path for a good case to be the Bantamweight GOAT, right? Then he all of a sudden loses to Cody No Love Garbrandt. Yeah, I don't know how this happens, but he gets dog walked by Cody Garbrandt. I don't know how this happened, but he gets dog walked by Cody Garbrandt. Right, for 5 rounds, Cody Garbrandt is just messing with him, playing with his food. He probably could have knocked him out if he actually took the fight seriously. I don't know what happened there, but Dominic Cruz really was not looking very good that night. Then after that, he went on a 3-year layoff just to come back to lose by TKO to Henry Cejudo. Right, so that wasn't amazing. He then won 2 fights against nobodies. And then he lost his last fight to Marlon Vera by KO, head kick. And then he took a 2-year gap. So while he's beat some of the best, he's beat Uriah Faber twice, he beat Demetrius Johnson, he beat TJ Dillashaw, but he lost to Cejudo and Garbrandt. That's something you can't look past, right? Especially Garbrandt, man. How do you lose to Garbrandt? Bro, because, you know, that night Garbrandt was amazing, but then after that, his career just went down the drain. I don't even know what happened to him, man. Anyway, now it's time to talk about the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling. So the main reason why people discredit Aljamain Sterling is because of the way he won the belt. If you guys didn't know, he actually won the undisputed belt off a disqualification because Petr Yan did an illegal knee to his head, which cost him the belt basically. And you know, you have to give it to him. When he lost the belt and he had the rematch with Petr Yan, no one thought he was going to win, and he won. So, you know what? Fair enough to him. He's beaten Petr Yan twice. Well, I mean, once. He beat Petr Yan once. He also submitted Corey Sandhagen in the first round. He beat Cejudo by a split decision. He obviously got knocked out by Sean O'Malley, and then he went up to featherweight. Look, I don't consider him the GOAT just because, first of all, he won the belt off a disqualification, which is the only one in history, I'm pretty sure. He then beat Petr Yan by a split decision. He beat TJ Dillashaw by TKO when TJ Dillashaw broke his arm. So again, that win can't be looked at too much. Also, he beat Old Cejudo by a split decision. Cejudo coming back after years of retirement. So again, you can't really look at that as an amazing title defense. And then as soon as he came across someone that was like actually pretty good, Sean O'Malley, he got knocked out. So I do not look at Aljamain Sterling as the GOAT. The next argument is TJ Dillashaw. Look, he has wins over Renan Barão twice. He lost Dominic Cruz. He won twice against Cody Garbrandt. He lost to Cejudo, lost to Sterling, and he won against Corey Sandhagen by split decision. Look, I'm not really gonna take him into consideration as like a candidate for being the GOAT of the bantamweight division. He got popped for steroids, and I know people say, "Oh well, if he got popped for steroids, then John Jones isn't the GOAT." Yeah, I know, but yeah, no, I can't. I have no account for that argument. But still, God. He got knocked out by Cejudo, he got knocked out by Sterling, and he lost to Dominic Cruz. So for that reason, I can't consider him the GOAT of the bantamweight division. And I think the last kind of valid candidate for the bantamweight GOAT is Petr Yan. He's won against Faber, won against Aldo, Sandhagen, Song Yadong, but he's lost 4 times within his past 6 fights. Lost to Sterling twice, lost to O'Malley, and lost to Dvalishvili. Look, the first Sterling fight was a disqualification, so that doesn't really count. The Sean O'Malley fight, in my opinion, that was definitely a robbery. Aljamain Sterling split decision, and Merab, that was a fair enough. I think you just can't look past his losses. He beat Sandhagen, fair enough. He beat Jose Aldo, fair enough. But apart from those two, he's never really beat anyone like amazing. It's just a shame that he got robbed against Sean O'Malley, because I genuinely think that was an easy 29-28 for Yan. Maybe even 30-27 for Yan. Call me crazy, but yeah. So I think because of those reasons, you can't call Yan the GOAT of the bantamweight division. And then we have some of kind of the random ones. Renan Barão, let's just be honest, he is not 100%. He is not the bantamweight GOAT. He went on like a 6-fight losing streak at the end of his career. He literally never beat anyone really that good. He beat Uriah Faber, fair enough, twice. He beat Scott Jorgensen, Brad Pickett. Apart from that, no one really good. So 100%, he's on the GOAT of the bantamweight division. Then we have Sean O'Malley. It's just too early. If he can beat Merab, then I think he has like a strong argument. The only wins he's had is Aljamain Sterling and Marlon Vera. He lost to Petr Yan, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Marlon Vera's just a can, basically. No, okay, that's peak. He's not a can, but he did smack up Marlon Vera in that fight, which is fair enough. An amazing performance. Aljamain Sterling knocked him out, fair enough. In the future, if he can beat Merab, like I just said, he has very strong argument. And finally, we have Merab Dvalishvili. Now, I know you may be thinking, like, bro, why are you even talking about this guy? He's never won an undisputed belt. But you might call me crazy. I think that if he beats Sean O'Malley, he might actually be the GOAT of the bantamweight division. Now, look, he has some crazy stacked resume. He's beaten Marlon Moraes by TKO. He beat Jose Aldo by unanimous decision. He beat Petr Yan by unanimous decision. And he not just beat UFC 298. He beat Henry Cejudo. This guy's cardio is insane. If he can wrestle with Sean O'Malley, not strike like he said he's going to do, if he wrestles with Sean O'Malley, I think he can win easily. And genuinely, you guys might call me crazy, but I think he could be the GOAT of the bantamweight division. Maybe one more defense after that versus a good opponent, But yeah, I mean, the only reason why he never got a title shot before this is because Aljamain Sterling was the champion, and obviously they're friends, so they wouldn't fight each other. But yeah, so anyway, that's about it. To conclude, I think that currently the GOAT of the bantamweight division is Dominic Cruz. But if Merab can defeat Sean O'Malley at UFC 306, I genuinely do think that Merab Dvalishvili is the GOAT of the bantamweight division. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, honorable mention, Henry Cejudo. You know, if Renan Barão is in this, Henry Cejudo has to be in this as well. You know, came up from the flyweight division, became double champ after beating Dillashaw, and he also defended against Dominic Cruz. So fair enough to Henry Cejudo, but let's just be honest, he's not the GOAT of the bantamweight division. But yeah, that's about it. You guys let me know in the comment section down below who you think is the GOAT of the bantamweight division, and yeah, safe.